535E is a chain rule question. This one involves a natural log, and then it has a polynomial inside, as well as a power. Now that funny little power is written that way because in mathematics, long ago, instead of doing things like sine of x, quantity squared, they started writing sine squared of x. And they do that with natural log too. So natural log squared of this stuff is really natural log of x cubed plus 2x squared plus 5 quantity squared. So that little 2 right there on the natural log really means it's on the whole thing. Rewriting it this way helps us identify what the outside is versus the inside. This one has about 3 layers. We have the squared, which is the outermost layer, the natural log, which is the next layer, and then the innermost layer is the polynomial. So when we do our chain rule, remember we always start on the outside. So I want to look at this first of all like it is some stuff squared, like x squared. If you remember, the derivative of x squared is 2x, applying the power rule. So I'm going to go 2 times and leave the inside the same. So step 1 is going to be, if I can get rid of that, step 1 is going to be to pull the 2 in front because of the power rule, leave the inside the same, but I subtract 1 from the power. Okay, the next layer on this, because if you remember how this works, I multiply by the derivative of the inside. The next layer is natural log of something. And the way that derivative works is you put 1 over the whatever you're taking the natural log of. So if it's natural log of x, the derivative is 1 over x. So I'm going to do 1 over the polynomial that's inside. So 1 over the x cubed plus 2x squared plus 5. That would be the derivative of natural log of whatever. So natural log of x cubed plus 2x squared plus 5. I leave the inside the same, but I do 1 over because it was a natural log. Okay, last, I've worked my way inside. I've taken off the squared, I've taken off the natural log. Now I'm down to the x cubed plus 2x squared plus 5. And the derivative of that is 3x squared plus 4x. And then remember the derivative of 5 is just 0. So we've got all the parts for all the different layers. We started on the outside with the power rule. 2 times the inside stays the same, but it's to the first power. Then we did the natural log, 1 over that stuff. And then we multiply last of all by the derivative of the very most inside layer, which was 3x squared plus 4x. Okay, so now if you try to put this all into a form so it'll look like one of the answers, it'll probably be something along the lines of this. We want to put this stuff up on top of this fraction. And they're probably not going to put it to the first power. That's kind of redundant. And so let's take that first power out. And then the order is not so important, so let's just write that there. And so there we got it. I took out the plus 0 also. So we've got 2 times the 3x squared plus 4x all on the top times the natural log of x cubed plus 2x squared plus 5 all over x cubed plus 2x squared plus 5. Hope that helps.